Well, I am on my way to Northfield Park. I got a little bit of an early start today. I was going to leave by 11:45 to make sure I got there to go to warm up, 1-2 skip a few. And then I woke up this morning, it was plus 12. Let me see if I can get this in American. It's somewhere around 40, right? Somewhere around 40, 39, 40. It's cold. It's a cold day. Not warm at all. So I decided I'm not going to go with the horses today. I'm going to put Tipsy in the trailer and I'm going to leave. I waited until I watched our boy 3 Point jog. I'll talk about him in a minute. And then I left. Now, the reason I definitely didn't want to jog and train in the rain is because I am still waterlogged from yesterday. So what happened was, this is the time of year when the barn starts filling up with babies, right? New faces, young horses, squealing and roaring and trying to get the stalls cleaned out, trying to make sure that everybody fits in. So this is I just see a text come in. This is a very stressful time of year for everyone in the barn, not just me, but everyone else. We're trying to get the horses that transition into the circus coming back to town. So, in the summer, we're down at our lowest, maybe 30, 40 horses on site at the training center. Pretty easy year considering we really top out around 120, 130 horses in the winter. It's really a diminished workforce. So you're getting all the people back in, you're getting new horses back in. It's stressful. So everybody's like, when are we leaving to go with Duke.ca to London? Who's going? What are we? I said, relax. Tell you what, you guys worry about the barn, focus on the barn, have a nice Saturday. I'll take Duke.ca. I'll ship them, paddock them, warm them up, race them, strip them, bath them, take them back home, put them away, and put them in a stall. That's what I'll do on Saturday. I felt good about myself. Did you ever drive through the drive-thru and for whatever reason just buy the drink of the person behind you? If you haven't, you should do that sometime. Actually, it's a good way to start the day. Make you feel good. That's what I felt like. I'm like, oh, it was very nice and very uplifting. I felt great about myself. Got halfway to London, realized, where'd the sun go? Oh no, there's clouds right there. Oh no, I didn't check the radar. Open my weather app. Rain. Not just, here's a sprinkle, hopefully you'll be all right. No. Downpour. It rained so hard, it would make Noah buy an umbrella. It was absolutely insane how much it rained. I had to warm up in it. I was soaked right through the skin after the warm up. The entire time, that voice in that ignorant voice in the back of my head saying, "See, this is what you get. I hope you're soaked. I hope you're wet. And I hope you remember this." Anyway, Duke won. So the amount of joy I could have in that particular moment, it was maxed out. He won the race, first lifetime start, didn't look that bad. Oh, I was still angry though. I did the whole paddock, finished lap, went home. So I get home just in time to rush over to Mohawk, soaked. Got to Mohawk just to check all the equipment on Tiger, watch him go out the door. And I said to James, I said, geez, he looks good. The hobbles look good on him. And I told him, I said, from post 10, he's going to want to get out of there. The gate now at Mohawk staggered. I forgot about that. Yesterday, a little fun factoid for you. Yesterday was my first start in Canada since February, March, before the lockdown in Ontario. How's that? So I said to James, he's going to want to get out of there. I was so happy to see him blast out of there. I knew as soon as 3 steps out of the gate, I was certain an error-free mile would end him up in the winner's circle. I just sat there and watched him. It was like I knew 2 steps out of the gate he was a winner. He raced so good. I was so proud of him. And a lot of people saying Tiger did the moonwalk. You guys don't understand. Tiger had a few things going on last week. He raced so good the week before and then so poorly the next week, but he had some issues that we were dealing with. We didn't find out that they were even there until after the race. Cleaned him up, dealt with them, and brought him in, and he raced tremendous. So I'm, even though he's had a checkered past, and even though he's annoyed me from time to time, I am still apt to take that second last chart line and just erase it like it didn't happen. He had more than enough reasons for him to race poorly. Raced great 3 weeks ago and raced fantastic last night. I'm going to say he's on a roll. So really happy with the way he raced last night and super excited to see how he's going to race next week. What else went on? Duke Dio, as I said, was a winner. So proud of him and the way he looked. For a colt that we had bought. Took our time with. I would like to see him win in 2-1. He kind of caught me off guard with 32-2 on the end of it. Did he go to sleep? Was he tired? Was the track taxing? I don't know. But he won. I know that. Winners win. Talk about that all the time. As I said, Tipsy's in the back. She's coming over here. I suspect over the next 3 weeks we're going to have a number of offers on Tipsy and Dixie. I have a number in mind that I think is fair. A number that I think we'll probably attain one way or another. I know there's a lot of people home that are going to be very upset with me over the next month, selling a bunch of these horses that they believe, you believe can do. And I'm not going to claim to know for certain 100% that I'm right in any aspect of training horses, but I am going to do what I feel is best. I've talked about this ad nauseum with you guys, and that's why those horses are in the sale. I've decided that it's better to sell them now than roll the dice and hope they can do as 4-year-olds. And I've chalked this up very simply to live and learn. I believe that some of these horses are going to struggle at 4. We've seen it in the past. I believe we would see it in the future, and I'm going to try and stop that from happening. Right? I don't want to find out if First Glance can't do as a 4-year-old. I would rather sell them for top dollar. I know a lot of people don't like that, and you know what? At the end of the day, it's my decision, and it has to be my decision. And I'll be at fault regardless. If First Glance goes out and wins in 48 next year, then it'll suck for me, and I'll bite my lip. But feel free to send the emails with the results saying, "See, I told you so." You can have as many "I told you so" moments as you want, but I'll never give them to you because that's my job. It's my job to make those decisions, and it never will be an "I told you so" state of mind or feeling to it. I'm going to have to make my decisions and not look back, and that's what I'm going to do. So Tipsy heading to the state. She's in to go Monday at the Meadows. She'll race there 2-3 starts, and then she'll head to Harrisburg. We may sell her before Harrisburg. I don't know, but that will be, I guess, up to the buyers of North America. A number of the horses that are in the sale are racing good right now. Tanzanite Tricks, a little sick last week, raced a little flat, and I suspect she'll bounce back much better next time she races. Walk on the Moon is over here. I've talked to a number of people. Of all the horses that may not go to the sale because we'll retain them, I suspect Walk on the Moon is closer to the top of that list. There's a horse that you can make an argument that he would be a much better 4-year-old. He's already a 3-year-old that went in 55. He's only got 60,000 made in 3 wins. You can make that argument. I mean, you can't make that argument with Tipsy. She's got, 6-7 wins and 115,000 made. There's no argument to be made. It is what it is. Same with Glance. He's racing great. But eventually, you have too many wins. I know that sounds unfair. That's the reality of it. You get too many wins, too much money made, and then you got to step in the ring with some real bulldogs, some ones that have been around the block for a while. Those gatekeepers of the mid-level condition races. There's no gimmies there. They'll chew you up. So that's where we're at with those horses. A number of people I see selling and asking about Globetrotting. I told everybody 2 weeks ago I thought she was sick. She raced the identical same way, and then Ronnie said we got to take a real close look at what's going on here. Sure enough, she tied up. She was a little sick, and her liver count was high. Kind of how it looked. So, not surprised for those of you jumping ship. That's fine. There's lots of babies there to jump in on. But as I said to everybody, just keep an eye on what you're doing. Right? Globetrotting is maybe the best horse we ever had. Right? Maybe. She's one of them for sure. She's a legit filly with a mark at 52-4 mare. who has a very bright 5-year-old season in front of her. So you may want to keep that in mind before you see her race poorly and dump your shares. But hey, it's your money. You do as you want. Yes, it's racing fantastic. We got him in the Open coming up this Sunday. We got obviously Grace this Saturday. We had White Tiger and Duke Dio win. Timo Houdini was third. We continue to have a big run. I looked at the program last night. Jason McGinnis's training average in Canada is 325. My driving average is over 300. It's been a long time since either of us saw that. And I think that's because we're weeding out the ones that can't do and focusing on the ones that can. And for the people out there that are saying, and I get this all the time, and I understand where you're coming from. When people saying you've changed your model, it's now profit-oriented. It's never going to be profit-oriented because there's not that many profits. Duke Dio won a $7,500 maiden last night. I'm sorry, but I'm not making a down payment on this vehicle or any vehicle with the money I made or you made on Duke Dio. So it's not so much profit-oriented, but it is oriented in a way that we do better on the racetrack. To not is just irresponsible. To just hope and send the horses out every week and not care what they finish, well, that's just irresponsible on my part. I'm not going to do that. Not for you. Absolutely not. I take my job far too serious not to look for the best way forward. Not the easiest way forward. The best way forward for all of us. I had a number of people message me this week and ask about the horses we purchased at Lexington. I had a couple of people. One gentleman sent me a very dirty email, angry email, asking how it was. Not asking, I guess asking, but in a rude way. Asking how it was that we came from nothing 5-6 years ago up to buying 5 horses on day one Lexington and spending upwards of $1 million at the sale. Because we did exactly what I said we'd do. That's how. I suspect whoever sent that is watching this right now. Or will, one way or another. And, quite frankly, I hoped that the Stable.ca would incrementally increase, get better. I hoped that we would attract great people. We have. I hoped that every year we'd get a deeper group of yearlings. By deeper, I mean on the pedigree page, a little bit deeper. And I think we have, and that culminated with Lexington, Ohio this year. And I suspect by the phone calls I got and the text messages by nice people are starting to take notice of what we did. And they too are asking how they do it. Everybody in this industry gets fascinated with now, right? You have to do it now. What can we do now? How do we fix our industry now? They don't understand that you can't. There's nothing you can do now to fix anything. What we do will take time. It's like having potholes in a 40-mile stretch of highway. You can't fix them in one day. Fix them all, and then come back and fix them again. Come back and fix them again until they're fixed. I guess that's not the greatest analogy, but at the same time, you know what I'm trying to say? This industry can't be fixed overnight, but it can be fixed. Bring more people like you into the industry. How do you do that? By trainers, advertising, marketing, being transparent, being open to people, allowing people to come into their barn, allowing people to experience horse racing with them in the same way that they do. That's the draw of horse racing. That's all the stable has proven. If you allow people to be a part of your life and a part of your business, they'll like it and they'll want to be. That's it. Be honest. This is not an industry to make money in for the most part. Sure, it's nice to make money once in a while. We're not always going to lose money, but most of the time we are. Because it can't just be about money. This industry, as is predicated on a lie. That lie being that you can turn a profit. You probably can. Just be upfront and honest with people. I don't need you to invest your kids' education money. But feel free to put all the vacation money you want in, because I guarantee you're going to have more fun at the Stable.ca than you are at Disney World. or at a Toronto Maple Leafs game, or at any game, in any sport, in any city, in either country, or any country. Dollar for dollar, horse racing is by far the most affordable entertainment on earth. That right there is the Stable.ca. That's it. That's why we've been able to grow. Because I'm upfront with people. I try to tell people exactly how I feel, and I don't try and put them in a corner they don't want to be. And most importantly, I guess what we offer, which no one else has, will, should, they don't, is a way to budget, a way to own horses within your means. That's important. You guys have talked to me. Many of you have talked to me. If you have $5,000 to put in a horse, maybe put 3 in. Hold 2 back for the bills. There. Now you don't have people stressed out over money. And that's exactly what needs to happen with horse racing. I was going to do a video this morning. If you guys follow me on Facebook, now it's Saturday. I did a video about the breeders, right, this morning, and how they need to market and advertise their horses, their product, their farms, their businesses, their livelihoods better. You just don't do it, right? If horse people worked as hard at advertising as they do raising horses, training horses, racing horses, they'd all get paid well. The breeders need to do a better job marketing and advertising their horses. Trainers need to do a better job marketing, advertising themselves, bringing people into the industry. And most importantly, we need to stop lying to the people getting involved. Don't come to somebody and say, hey, if I give you $10,000, what do you think that'll look like in a year? A horse. That's what it'll look like. What's your annual rate of return? 0. Yeah, it might be a little bit higher. I don't know what it is. You guys have been in business with us long enough. I make sure we don't talk about stuff like that because I don't know. You shouldn't be investing with us. There's Jason. Decline. Sorry, Jason, I'm doing a video. That's the whole thing, is there shouldn't be money invested in the stable. And I have to tell people this all the time. A couple people actually sound surprised when I tell them, after they've been in business with us. Just so we're clear, you could make money, but I would definitely not get into horse racing thinking that would be your number one goal. Very difficult place to make money in. A wonderful place to have fun in. Never have more fun than you will in horse racing. But turning profits, making money, that's a tough one. There's nothing wrong with that. But see, that's the problem, is that when somebody approaches a horse person, a trainer, they're not, the vast majority of them aren't trying to lie, but that's the only thing they know of. How can I make this person money? Oh, maybe we'll claim 1 for 10, we'll dabble in the claiming market, might be able to bang out some money that way. You can't. You might be able to. You might not, you likely won't. It's possible though, I suppose. It's just, that's the whole thing with the industry. We need to strengthen the grassroots, whether that be smaller breeders or breeders in general. We need to bring more people into the industry, good people like you. The only way to do it is to do it in an honest way. The most honest way is to be truthful and upfront. Tough place to make money, great place to have fun. There's a great slogan. How's that? Anyway, we've had a great week at the track. I'm not telling you guys anything you haven't heard before. We've had a great week at the track this week. I was so pumped to see White Tiger win again. So pumped to see Duke Dio race for the first time and win for the first time ever. Super excited about next week with 3 Point Blue Chip. We get the fillies tonight. Purple Aura coming in great. 0-2 Skip a Few coming in great. And I'm a Lovely Lady, 2nd and 55 the other day. She's coming in razor sharp too. Had some people asking about her also. People are finally starting to take notice of the stable. Finally. People that were pundits, people that were critics of the stable, people that didn't think the stable was a viable way forward for the industry, whether it be fractional ownership or the Stable.ca in general. They're starting to take note now. They're starting to see that it is not only a way forward, but probably the number one way forward for horse racing. And that's not me patting myself in the back. No. You could do fractional ownership a million different ways. But make no mistake, we need to get new people into the game. We need to get more people like you into the game. The best way to do that is models like ours. And that's the reality of it. So, I didn't mean to drone on about fractional ownership. You guys know, you're part of it. You're our people. It's our community. So, pumped about the racing coming up, pumped about the sale season. Thank you very much. A lot of people come out. Still got lots of shares for sale, guys, and I want to get them cleaned up before we head to Harrisburg. For the people out there with shares of horses available, the Captain Treacherous colt looks fantastic, by the way. He looked awesome yesterday on the track. Leaps and Bounds looked tremendous on the track. So did Landing Strip. Man, oh man, he looked awesome. So, a ton of good-looking babies. I'm approaching the border. I'm going to have to cut my opening short. Maybe I'll do 2 openings. Got my girl Tipsy's papers here. I'm going to head through the border, head to Northfield. As I said, I'm going to go through some of the babies today. Not just the ones we're trying to peddle and sell, but also all of them, how they looked. We have a ton coming, by the way. We have 3 coming from Lexington today. 3 Pacers coming from Lexington today. 2 Pennsylvania bred horses heading to Northfield Park tomorrow from Wayne Schaefer and Jacob Schaefer. One is a Muscle Massive, Indiana bred. The other one is a Heston Blue Chip, Pennsylvania Pacer. We've had some Heston Blue Chips. Our best Heston Blue Chip is on the other side of the world. Girls with Swirls, the Heston Blue Chip. So, still tons going on, lots going on. And as we approach the Harrisburg sale, we're going to have some cool stuff to talk about. But for now, my focus for the next week, and I appreciate your help with this. If you're interested in any of our Lexington horses, reach out, let me know, because we need to get those cleaned up before I head to Harrisburg. So, thank you all for your participation in Lexington 2021 and all the sales this year. We still got one more big one coming up. Don't worry, I didn't forget about London. We still got one horse to put in that $30,000 bucket. We have a $21,000 budget. We have the Sealster Farms sale starting today. It's an online sale heading through till Wednesday or Thursday. If we find something we like there, great. If not, we still got Harrisburg. Rest assured, we'll find a horse for that bucket. So, I will talk to you all very, very soon. I hope you're having a great weekend. Get an umbrella if you're in Ontario. It's supposed to rain all day, and in Ohio too. Brought my mud gear. 2 days in the mud? Come on. It's not right. That's not fair. We'll talk to you all very soon. Hope you're having a great weekend.